trip in Venice, Italy, which was absolutely phenomenal. We started with a pretty long plane flight.
Yeah, and it was actually overnight, which I, at the time, thought was a great idea. I thought, hey, we'll just like sleep through the plane ride, we'll get there early in the morning, have a full day in Venice. In reality, I didn't sleep at all on the plane. But we still had a great time in Venice that first day.
Yeah, so we got that around 10:45, pretty exhausted, but ready for our full day. We had to get a taxi boat to take us near our hotel because in Venice they don't have like actual roads. Everything is just kind of water. So we spent the first day in St. Mark's Square looking around at the different like restaurants. They aligning the square. They had like a bunch of like really fancy restaurants.
They even had like different like orchestra, not full orchestras, but like, you know, like a little condensed version playing. It was really cool. We got into the square just as like one of them was starting, and they actually played the song from Titanic. Square, it's very, very open, which is unlike most of Venice, where it's very tight.
Yeah.
So you got some great views, and they had the St. Marks Basilica there, which was really gorgeous.
Oh my goodness, it was absolutely phenomenal. They had like a really long line, but it just like really moved. They didn't keep you out very long. They kind of rushed you in almost. And it was just stunning. Like such high ceilings that are just covered in artwork, most of which look like they're painted in gold or like a gold type material. It was just absolutely amazing. Very detailed like craft work in like the woods, and then of course the walls and the ceilings were covered in this just amazing art.
They didn't let us take any pictures in there. There were a few places in Venice, or just in Italy in general really, where they're a little picky on when you can take photos. That was one of them.
Mostly the basilicas.
Yeah, but it was really gorgeous in there. But that was mostly our first day, was just exploring. I'd say, you know, a lot of the places you go to travel, you know, there's like a whole list of things that you want to go and see in that city. Mm-hmm. Venice is a little different, where the city itself is like what you're there to see, where it's just it has such a unique feel to it, where you're just walking down these, you know, mazes of streets, you know, along these water canals with like gondolas and boats just driving past. You need to cross the street, so you get on a gondola to cross it. The second day that we were there, we went to the Rialto Bridge. I was pretty happy because we got to the Rialto Bridge, and I basically didn't use a map at all. I found it myself. I was pretty happy with that.
Without getting lost.
Yeah, without getting lost.
That's not where we got lost.
That was cool. But so the Rialto Bridge is basically this massive bridge that goes over top of the Grand Canal, which runs right through the middle of Venice. The Grand Canal is very large, so it's a great view where you can see very far down.
You can see so far. They have all the beautiful houses and the gondolas, though they're kind of gone at this point, but there were gondolas. Gorgeous.
If you look down there, you can actually see they deliver all of the mail and all of the packages by boat. It's pretty crazy. And then that guy is gonna load it up on that little cart there and drag it all the way through the city. It's pretty crazy. We've seen people doing it. Does not look like a fun job.
So from the Rialto Bridge, we were starving, so we decided that we wanted to go get some food. And pretty close by was this like teeny tiny little like hole in the wall. You gotta know where it is in order to find it. Dalmoras. They are Sean's favorite. It's absolutely phenomenal. They make the pasta like all fresh that day right there. They serve it in to-go containers, so you're not actually like they don't have any seating in the actual place. Like you order it, they hand it to you in like a little box, and you take it somewhere appropriate to eat it. You're not supposed to like eat on the streets or like crowd the.
You gotta find a nice open area in Venice to eat it, but it's pretty cool just eating pasta in the middle of like the city of Venice. But I have to say, the food in Italy was a little hit or miss on our trip. Some places were excellent, some places were not, but this was the best chicken Alfredo I've ever had in my life. Not exaggerating, it's my favorite pasta, but this was by far better than any other place I'd been. And
to the point where when we arrived back in Venice on our last day, because we were flying in and out of Venice, so at the end of our trip we fly back into Venice, we get on the train. I think we took a train over. We didn't fly into Venice. We took a train over, we got off the train, and Sean's like, it's only like a 30-minute walk to Dalmoras. I'm like, we're about to walk across Venice again.
Alright guys, so we're back in Venice for one last day before we leave, and we had some really good pasta last time we were here.
Exceptionally delicious compared to all other pasta I've ever eaten in my entire life.
It really is. Unfortunately, it is on the opposite side of Venice, and it's not a straight, walking's not too bad, but it's, Venice is a little twisty, turny. Hopefully we don't get lost.
With everything we own.
Yeah, so, we're carrying some pretty large backpacks with all of our stuff. Mine's bigger, just saying. But it's like the best pasta ever, so we're gonna do it. Here we are, Dalmoras. Thank God.
It's been in line for like 5 minutes, and now it's finally here.
Just explore. The city itself is just so fantastic, and if you just stay to one area, you're gonna miss out because each area it feels a little different. Yeah, it's really cool.
Absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommend.
Yeah. So we had to great time at Venice. Would definitely go back again. And now at this point, we headed over to Rome. Tune in next week for that video. And if you like this, go ahead and give this a like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you get updated. And we will see you guys next week.